From the shadows of the cyberpunks, Satoshi gave birth to a new dawn. Satoshi with his vision, decentralization and proof of one, Bitcoin was born. You feel the shift beneath your feet. Peer to peer, we break the blockchain we meet. Trust in code, not in the state. We are all Satoshi, this is what we've all been waiting for. Together we trust, together we hold. One block, one chain, tick-tock, next block. Every 10 minutes, Bitcoin the path we made. Together we build, together we grow. We are all Satoshi, we are Bitcoin. This system's alive and we won't let go. Hey, we won't let go. La-da-dee, la-da-da. Hey, yeah, hey, yeah. Ooh, ah, ooh, ah. And we won't let go. Together we trust, together we hold. One block, one chain. Tick-tock, next block, every 10 minutes. Bitcoin, the path we've made. Whoa, the path we've made. Together we build, together we grow. We are all Satoshi and we are Bitcoin. Bitcoin, this system's alive and we won't let go. Hey, and we won't let go. From the shadows of the cyberpunks, Satoshi gave birth to a new dawn. He gave birth to a new dawn. Birth to a new dawn. From the shadows of the cyberpunks, Satoshi gave birth to a new dawn. Satoshi with his vision, decentralization and proof of one, Bitcoin was born. You feel the shift beneath your feet. Peer to peer, we break the blockchain we meet. Trust in code, not in the state. We are all Satoshi, this is what we've all been waiting for. Together we trust, together we hold. One block, one chain, tick-tock, next block. Every 10 minutes, Bitcoin the path we made. Together we build, together we grow. We are all Satoshi, we are Bitcoin. This system's alive and we won't let go. Hey, and we won't let go. La-da-dee, la-da-da. Hey, yeah, hey, yeah. Ooh, ah, ooh, ah. And we won't let go. Together we trust, together we hold. One block, one chain. Tick-tock, next block, every 10 minutes. Bitcoin, the path we've made. Whoa, the path we've made. Together we build, together we grow. We are all Satoshi and we are Bitcoin. Bitcoin, this system's alive and we won't let go. Hey, and we won't let go. From the shadows of the cyberpunks, Satoshi gave birth to a new dawn. Give birth to a new dawn. To a new dawn.
From the shadows of the cyberpunks, Satoshi gave birth to a new dawn. Satoshi with his vision, decentralization and proof of one, Bitcoin was born. You feel the shift beneath your feet. Get up here, we break the blockchain, we meet. Trust in code, not in the same. We are all Satoshi, this is what we've all been waiting for. Together we trust, together we hold. One block, one chain, tick-tock, next block. Every 10 minutes, Bitcoin the path we made. Together we build, together we grow. We are all Satoshi, we are Bitcoin. This system's alive and we won't let go. And we won't let go. La-da-dee, la-da-da. Hey ya, hey ya, ooh ah, ooh ah. And we won't let go. Together we trust, together we hold. One block, one chain. Tick-tock, next block, every 10 minutes. Bitcoin, the path we've made. Whoa, the path we've made. Together we build, together we grow. We are all Satoshi and we are Bitcoin. This system's alive and we won't let go. And we won't let go. From the shadows of the cyberpunks, Satoshi gave birth to a new dawn. He gave birth to a new dawn. Birth to a new dawn. From the shadows of the cyberpunks, Satoshi gave birth to a new dawn. Satoshi with his vision, decentralization and proof of one, Bitcoin was born. You feel the shift beneath your feet. Get up here, we break the blockchain, we meet. Trust in code, not in the same. We are all Satoshi, this is what we've all been waiting for. Together we trust, together we hold. One block, one chain, tick-tock, next block. Every 10 minutes, Bitcoin the path we made. Together we build, together we grow. We are all Satoshi, we are Bitcoin. This system's alive and we won't let go. And we won't let go. La-da-dee, la-da-da. Hey ya, hey ya, ooh ah, ooh ah. And we won't let go. Together we trust, together we hold. One block, one chain.
TikTok, next block every 10 minutes. Bitcoin, the path we've made. Whoa, the path we've made. Together we build, together we grow. We are all Satoshi and we are Bitcoin. Bitcoin, this system's alive and we won't let go. No, we won't let go. From the shadows of the cyberpunks, Satoshi gave birth to a new dawn. He gave birth to a new dawn. Birth to a new dawn.
Hello everyone, here we are again, as every week, talking about Bitcoin, talking about treasury companies. This week, we had the announcement of Michael Saylor selling over 3,000 Bitcoin, but the market didn't move so much. Bitcoin instead went down, went up. We are close to 65K, and we are going to be analyzing these things and a couple more interesting topics here with my friend Marco Battistoci. How are you doing?
Hi guys, thanks for having me. And yes, doing great. And yeah, the price, there is a bit of relief rally. So yeah, very excited to discuss the topics today.
And here I am with Immortal. How are you
Very
doing?
good. Good to see you guys. And yeah, a very weird week, right? Because the price of Bitcoin went down to the range of 61, now back at 64. It's like we are stuck in this region. At the same time, none of the Bitcoin treasury companies have shown any improvement. So
Yeah.
strategy is still trading below, to the point that I would make a joke about it, right? When strategy goes to 100, we can call it they came back to par.
Yeah, the funny thing is that okay, last week we touched the lowest point in years with 57 and something on Bitcoin. On Monday, when Saylor announced the drop on the sale of Bitcoin dropped for 61,500, something like that, then went up. But the rest of the Bitcoin treasury companies didn't go up. In fact, Stretch went down. It's 85 or 87 now. So let's see what's going on. So we can analyze the first topic of today, that is the selling of over 3,500 Bitcoin on Strategy. That was the announce of Saylor at the beginning of the week. What do you think about that? And what can we see in the upcoming weeks if Stretch doesn't go back to par?
Yeah, I think once again that all the fear and all the narratives on X are mostly wrong. Because if you remember, guys, when Strategy sold 32 BTC and the price of Bitcoin nuked to, I don't know, 60 again, people were calling, it's Saylor now is going to be liquidated. And so now the market is saying that Bitcoin should go much, much lower because they sold 32 Bitcoin. And now that they sold 100 times this amount, Bitcoin price actually reacted pretty positively to that. So I think we are giving too much credit to Strategy to move the market. They are not moving much the market. Bitcoin is much, much bigger, and the volume are like much, much bigger than just one player can manipulate or can, dictate the direction of Bitcoin price, which I think is positive, because if Bitcoin is tied to a single company, in my view, is failing. And for me, it's not failing at all. They have a lot of variables in place. So again, I think they did the right move, because as we know, a company has different leverage and different ways of operating. So they can sold some Bitcoin in a very high cost basis accounts, and with this money increase the value of the USD reserve and have dividends for their own preferred without diluting the shareholder below 1.22 mNAV. So I think it's business as usual for them, and again, the price reacted pretty well. So strategy is not capable of manipulating the price in the downside or to the upside.
100%. I agree with that. Strategy never had the ability to control the price. I would say not any single player can do that, as probably they could in the past. Not anymore. It's not even a strategy. It's not. I think if there is only one cohort of wallets or people that can actually have that control right now, are still some of the group of the whales wallets. This is not institutional money. It's not, they don't have enough Bitcoin as to move the market that much. It's mostly Bitcoin price actually is mostly attached to all of these group of transactions that are around the price of Bitcoin. This is obviously spot Bitcoin, Bitcoin treasury companies, options market, any other leverage player in the same ecosystem, where most of the money is traded in between, like Arvin kind of trading. So this whole volume is so much bigger than the 3,000 that strategy can sell in a week, that it will not affect the price at all. Not when it's 32, not when it's 3,000. I would even challenge, not even if strategy sell 30,000 Bitcoin in one shot, they probably move the price 0.1%.
Yeah, because the volume of the market is much bigger, but the narrative is still there. On Monday, was Monday? Yeah, Monday night here in Hong Kong was when the announce happened, and suddenly Bitcoin dropped around 1,500. And these big accounts like Crypto Rover, that they are accounts that they do a lot of shit posts, said Bitcoin dropped to 61,500 because of sailors selling 3,000
That's
Bitcoin.
totally false. Let me point out that when that move happened, it was on the opening of the market. So the whole market changed at the same moment. So it's not a strategy manufacturer thing.
Anyways, but I still see the narrative. For example, today morning, there was a post from Fred Krueger saying that the movement from all-time high to the price that we have now is because of the treasury companies. And it's not. We analyze the movements of the price with the math. In fact, in Q2, there was a net positive inflow of Bitcoin for the Bitcoin treasury companies of 110,000 Bitcoin. So they are accumulating more than ever. They are not selling.
Yeah, it's completely false. Yeah.
The narrative is this is because they're fault.
Yeah, absolutely not. It's what Diego said in part. I mean, the whales unloaded probably from mid of 2025, maybe let's say in the whole 2025, I think they unloaded more than 1 million BTC, big wallets, maybe more, maybe even 1.5 million. That's why we had this kind of price drop, and it's also because it's a macro factor. And again, we were almost 2x higher than the 200 week moving average. So again, there is tactical behaviors, there is some technical fundamentals, there are big whales selling Bitcoin, there is macro scenario. Bitcoin moved first. And again, I think this minus 53, 52%, again, if it's true that the bottom was 59 as we start to call it in February, which I still think that is very likely, and by the day it's more likely, I think it's very healthy for Bitcoin to have the bear market just to go down 50%, and probably telling to the other markets, to the stock market, that guys, probably now it's your time to go down because Bitcoin moved first. And it's not because of the treasury company. It's totally nonsense.
Yeah, the other good news about this drop down of Bitcoin, every time this happens, we use it as a flash out of the paper hands. So that probably over 1 million Bitcoin that was sold for the whales, it actually, most of it went into harder hands. It went into Bitcoin treasury companies. It went to other Bitcoin OG, other maximalists, the BMF club, as we call it. So it went into hands that they will not sell the Bitcoin. So every dump of the price is a good flash out of weak hands. Some people get happy when this happens because they say, well, now I can buy more. I'm usually not happy because of that, because every time the Bitcoin price falls, it means Bitcoin is not moving towards the gold that is increasing the market cap, increasing the relevance compared to gold. So my only happiness about the price drop movement is just because there is a transferring of Bitcoin from the weak hands into the hard hands.
Yes, and the people who is now entering, I would be happy if I would say, okay, people now that never bought Bitcoin go into Bitcoin. But in this market, in bear markets, the people who are accumulating are the people who
knows
are already Bitcoiners,
yeah,
and have still liquidity. The new people is not going to come to Bitcoin until we reach another all-time high, because in fact, the other day, one guy of my gym texted in the group that no, I will only buy Bitcoin again if it goes back to all-time high. This is how people think. So if we are happy because the price of Bitcoin is down, because we can accumulate more, is between us. So we are gonna, someone in the Bitcoin space will sell to another in the Bitcoin space. We are not accumulating new people. We are not growing the market cap. We are not bringing new companies to buy Bitcoin. So I think that is crucial for Bitcoin. Now is summer. We need, of course, we know that in summer volume drops. Is crucial for Bitcoin in the summer, still going up, probably by the end of the month, reaching again 70K for a final bull run that I still believe that Bitcoin will be all-time high by the end of the year. I don't know, what do you think?
Well, the thing about the when to get the all-time high is the hard discussion, because we still keep saying like there is a chance that we get into the all-time high by the end of the year. Obviously, as the year pass by, the chances get decreased. But still, it's 6 months ahead. And how many times have we seen price movements very violently up and down in less than 6 months? So
I remember
everything is possible.
I remember 2024, August, when because we just came back from Argentina that week, and I remember strategy trading at 100, Bitcoin reaching 49K. 49K, I remember, because I was trying to buy, and my credit card, I didn't know what happened at that time, and I changed my tax return check for strategy at 100. And at the end of the year, Bitcoin had reached 109K, and strategy reached all-time high of 500 US dollars. So I think that it's going to happen. It's going to happen. Now, let me be positive.
Yeah, for sure it's going to happen. I remain with my stance that it will be next year. But again, I will be more than happy to be wrong, and to see 100,000 in November or December 2026 would be amazing. But again, for me, it's not a big deal if it's this year or next year. The deal is that it will happen again, 100%. So if it's 6 months after the end of this year, who cares? And I think this actually what I'm sharing. I don't know, guys, if you can see.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, it's check on chain, so it's for me the best on chain analyst with few others, but again I really follow his work. And again, it's telling us that if you expand a bit more the time horizon, so let's say for new people coming into Bitcoin, it's one of the best time that you can buy, because again we are at the floor of multiple models, and ultimately, let's say the Power Law is like the North Star, which is again not exactly telling us that by 2030 Bitcoin has to be at 500,000 or 1 million. It's just saying that based on probabilities of the last almost 18 years, those patterns seems to matter, and those patterns seems to be very, very strong over time. And again, if you project over the next less than 5 years, we can see that the floor and the bottom, let's say, of Bitcoin in 5 years should be around the all-time high of this year, or 180,000, and the top could be between 360,000 to 500,000. So again, why caring if Bitcoin go to 59 to 55 if in just 5 years can go to 300,000? I mean, it would be, to me, kind of narrow view and kind of stupid to wait to go below 50,000 to buy back, because again, it's one of the best moments to accumulate its sats, and I think people should act now. But as you said, Fernando, who's buying now are convinced Bitcoiners, are people who have done the work over the last 5 to 7 years, and they're buying. Newcomers will come back probably when the media will talk about Bitcoin, maybe by the end of 2027 or beginning of 2028. And they again will buy late, and they probably will sell because they don't understand. So it's the usual dynamics in place.
Yeah, I think, I don't know if you are are you listening?
We have a music festival.
We have music festival again. Fuck.
Yeah,
I don't know
okay.
when the fuck they are gonna finish all this crap, but again, sorry guys for the music festival. Yeah, I think that again, for now, people who is buying now are the ones who have the real conviction. The people who is saying no, I'm waiting for 40K to buy. They are not gonna buy. They are not gonna buy even if Bitcoin goes to 40K, because they will say no, I will wait until 30K. And again, the new people is gonna come back when crosses 100K again. I hope, because for the things that we are doing online, it's good to have more people on our show, more engagement in what we do. But it's gonna happen. It's, as you said, sooner or later, end of this year, next year, is gonna happen. We already know that will happen. That Bitcoin will go to 100, Bitcoin will go to 400, Bitcoin will go to 1 million. It's inevitable. So that's the thing, and that's why we are super bullish.
Have you seen the news about the new type of loans from Strike, the ones that are volatility proof?
Yeah.
What's your take on that?
I think, I mean, for them it's amazing, because again, if I remember correctly, they start to deliver this product a few months before the all-time high without the volatility protection. So again, Bitcoin dropped more than 50%. A lot of people could be liquidated if you open a loan with Strike or with other companies at all-time high, because now it's minus 50%. And now that we are at the bottom, because for me it's clearly the bottom, and for me the price should not go below 59 or 58. Now they say, okay, now you can open a line of credit or borrowing against your Bitcoin without getting liquidated if you pay 200 basis point of spread more on the interest rate, which on Strike it's already very high. It's much higher than other platforms. So again, now you can open a line of credit or to borrow against your Bitcoin at 13%, I think, with these no liquidation loans. Which again, for me now, it doesn't make any sense, because it should assume that Bitcoin goes down another 50% from 60K. So should it be the other way around? When we were at the top, they should have done this volatility and downside protection, because we had the chances to go back to the 200-week moving average. Today, to spend 200 basis points on top of a very high interest rate after Bitcoin dropping 50%, for me, it doesn't make sense. It just makes sense for the company, for Strike, to have much higher, interest rates on very safe loan, because Bitcoin already corrected 50%.
Yeah. On one hand, I was happy about it, because it's the first time in a while that Chuck Mollers actually delivers something.
Yeah,
After talking and not buying one single Bitcoin, now you deliver something. I mean, it's a product that they already have, but it is an improvement, because most of the questions that we have regarding loans are people concerned about the liquidation level. Like, they are still concerned about, what if Bitcoin goes further than 50%?
Yeah.
How can I protect myself against that? So probably we receive these questions in a very small community. Imagine imagine the strike itself. He probably have been receiving these requests
thousands.
time until they say, okay, now it's time to fulfill expectation of our users. So this is, I think, a reaction to what users actually want. Obviously, the timing is in favor of strike because the probability of
Much in favor.
falling lower. It's and the other thing is where is this money coming from? Because for me, it's mostly like an insurance policy, right? That's why they charge you this extra 2%, I think, on top of the basic loan. So, which makes sense. I mean, someone has to pay the extra risk that they are taking. I think the one who is funding this is Tether in the partnership with Stripe, because they give them $2.1 billion facility to extend this type of loans. And probably also in that package include this new version where even if you are underwater with your Bitcoin collateralized, we will not sell your Bitcoin. So that's actually a good idea, I think. Obviously, yeah, for Strike, very good timing to do this, very good business model. But I think in general is a net positive because it was a request from the users.
Yeah, in fact, the other day, a guy that follows our show in Spanish, he asked in the program, I think his liquidation price was 49, something like that. And he said, should I buy more Bitcoin? And we said, probably Bitcoin will never go to 49 to get liquidated. But on the other side, you can buy and you can put there and it's your Bitcoin. And he said that he bought and lowered his liquidation price to 41. So, and also on the other side, of course, now is the bottom of the market and people, of course, like now you can take even a loan of 70% LTV. Of course, don't do it. Always do fuck.
So Marco, go ahead.
Yeah, I keep going the point. So yeah, don't do it any loan to value which is overstretched, even if you are possibly at a Bitcoin bottom. But yeah, no, I get the point. I think it's a very good product, and in my view, the best product to use with this protection and no liquidation is when Bitcoin is overvalued or it's far ahead to the 200-week moving average. So in kind of bull market. But in the bottom of the bear, I think it's a bit giving the 200 basis point spread for free to Strike. It's very loud, guys. Yeah.
So we are laughing because on this side is this.
This is incredible.
Oh,
it's. I think that.
Well, now it's.
It's like,
No, it's not.
It's I think that again, we had more things to talk, but this.
Yeah, guys.
We can talk about MetaPlanet, what we were talking about. MetaPlanet in the credit.
Yeah, so let me put my screen with the post from Dylan, which I think is this one. Yeah, so MetaPlanet just came out. I mean, we already knew over the last months that the idea of MetaPlanet is to following the strategy steps on the Japanese market. So they announced a few months ago this new plan, a Nova plan for their own platform, creating the partnership and the distribution channels. I think now they have set up all the pieces together to have this ecosystem ready. So I think MetaPlanet is moving very closely to issue digital credit in the Japanese market. They've done the right partnership, the right distribution channel. They have 40,000 plus BTC. I think it's now the third company globally for the Bitcoin holdings. And I think they will soon be able to release the two kind of preferred offerings. And I think it's big because, again, Japanese market is even more in need of yield than US and then other markets. And I think there will be a very big player in the Japanese restructuring on top of Bitcoin. So once again, I think Bitcoin treasury companies are are working despite Bitcoin being minus 50%. All the major companies never sell Bitcoin apart from, you know, a few thousand from strategy and few minor adjustments. But again, the business model are solid, and they can now move to this new kind of phase 2 for their products. So I don't know, guys, if you can comment on that.
Oh, this looks like the war. Now they stop, but
No,
I think that we can call a day. Again, we didn't have so much news for this week besides Sailor selling. One of the things that I want to take about that is that good thing he sold and Bitcoin price went up. So all the people who's talking bullshit about Sailor, they can keep talking bullshit. So I think that it's all for today.
Yeah, no, because
because
they might come back.
It will come back. So anyways, I think that we covered all the things we wanted to cover. Sorry, the audience, for the problem, but anyways, Marco, to our audience, if they want to follow you, where can they find you?
Yeah, only on X, and you can see my handle there at Battistoshi93. So feel free to add me, to check what I'm writing. My DM is always open for people. So if any question, just drop a comment.
Excellent. So thank you very much, guys.
Thank
Sorry
you, guys.
for the problems with the sound, but it is what it is. See you next week. Stay humble, stack sats, and remember, we are all Satoshi.